So we come to the 44th and final game, and the two unbeaten teams meet in this climax to the 83rd tournament of this magical 10 years of the IRB Sevens World Series. England against New Zealand. Welcome all watching around the world, along with 36,000 plus here at Twickenham. And they're all poised. Here are the cheerleaders. Will welcome England onto the pitch with the flying flags of the Cross of St George. New Zealand side, well, there's a question mark certainly over DJ Forbes. Looking down as they went to the dressing room, I thought there was a doubt too about Tamasi Thama, who wasn't stripped off. But it's a young side mixed with experience like Forbes, especially the captain. Solomon King is there, Tamasi Thama, the great playmaker, and Forbes one hears at the last moment that he has had to withdraw. England, though, well, as you'd expect here under the captaincy of Ollie Phillips, Tom Biggs, Rob Bickerman, he had a knock in the semi, but he's okay. Rodwell, Kevin Barrett, and then the man, well, Ben Gollings, who was here when England won the title the last time, 2004, 2003. What a record of 10 years. And the coach, of course, was the man alongside me the last time England won at Twickenham, those 5 years ago, Mike Friday. Can they do it again?
Well, I think they can do it again. I mean, they're going to have to be very, very physical and match the confrontational work of Solomon King. If DJ Forbes isn't in, that's a bonus in terms of the physicality for England. But they've got to match him in that area, and they've got to play with the pace and the ability that we've seen in the final and the semi-final. They've got to unleash the likes of... They've got to work the breakdown. And
DJ Forbes leading them out. He's all right. DJ Forbes is there as the captain. It takes a lot to keep him off the field. Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a bit of gamesmanship by Gordon Titchens. I was partly to a bit of that in my time. Gordon's very, very cute at putting out little rumours here and there. DJ Forbes wouldn't miss this for the world.
Absolutely not. I've seen him play on one leg. He's got Chad Tuoro as backup, and he may just try it. No, he's coming off. He is coming off. So he is coming off. He led them out, he leads them off. And so Chad Tuoro from Counties Manukau, a very, very competent replacement, I have to say. But this guy is more than just the player. He's the leader, he's a cool man, he's led them to so many successes. So there is a big blow for New Zealand, a plus you have to say for England. Referee from Scotland with the honour of this title final, Neil Patterson from Scotland. We play 10 minutes each way. And just to remind you, New Zealand have won the London Sevens 3 times, the last time 2 years ago, but they haven't had a title since Edinburgh last year. England under Ben Ryan, well, 5 years since they won here. He'd love this title on his home soil, following Mike Friday's example. So here England, Kevin Barrett, Ben Gollings, he would like... And look at Ben Gollings now, back and in terrific form this season. So much hinges on him. Player who's only, what, 6 points short of a tally of 2,000 in his 10 years. Rapt crowd, and first offence, mistake really, England with a knock-on.
I think we've just seen the key area unfold there, the contact. You saw how confrontational Solomon King's going to be in that area, and Chad Tuoro, and that's where Cracknell and Rodwell have got to match them. Bickerman's got to be at his best on the floor, like he's been throughout this, and Ben Gollings has got to be cool and calm to release and unleash the likes of Ollie Phillips and Biggsy out wide.
Well, England will be confident because they've beaten them before this season. They've had 8 of the squad who won in Wellington this season. But it's a long wait since they won here at London. England now on the back foot as the attack comes up the middle, beautifully done, and racing away all the way to Kurt Baker. This guy has made a name for himself here at Twickenham. Look at the delight, but that was absolutely electric.
It was wonderful play there by Kurt Baker. I think it might even be a little set move they've got off a scrum there. It's all about getting it severe, the inside shoulder on Biggs, and then the inside support line from Baker. Wonderful running off the ball. Again, a skill that's often overlooked in the game of rugby, understanding how you support off the support player. Baker did that to a T in that opening try.
It's converted by Damasi Thama, watch
Baker pick that line up off Severe. Wonderful. He knows the hole he wants to hit. Severe knows who's he's trying to attract, and that's wonderful support play. Clever play.
Let's keep it going.
Well, they lost the cup final in Dubai, they lost in George, and they haven't had a title. They lost in Wellington as well. 3 in a row in the cup final, no title. But you just sensed throughout this weekend its determination. We knew they had the talent. Could they put it together? DJ Forbes is off, by the way. Chad Tuoro started in his place. 7-0 New Zealand, but Biggs trying to get away here. Bit of a hurried inside flip. Trying to find Ollie Phillips. Ben Ryan, oh, come on, he says to the rep, he's not... Every decision is critical here.
11, throwing the ball away.
Throwing the ball away, and that was obviously what Ben Ryan was complaining about.
Interesting. We've not had that all weekend, but it's gone England's way here. Just got to be a little bit more composed, England, here, and not go for the kill first off. Biggs maybe just going to hold on to the ball, maybe create some contact if need be.
Barrett to Gollins to Cracknell. It's Barrett up there again, the man who's made his name up from Exeter Chiefs. And what a season he's had, this man as captain. In school. Part of Mike Friday's squad when England won. Back in the
push back.
Early season of 5 years ago in Dubai. This is Rob Vickerman. He played under Mike as well some 4 years ago in Paris, I recall, but better player now. This is Rodwell. Vickerman to follow in, Barrett to secure, but holding on too long. Rodwell is penalised.
This is where England have got to be smart. They've got to operate in 2s and 3s. They can't afford to get isolated. They've got to work as 2s and 3s and their triangles around the contact area. Solomon King very strong over the ball, as is Zar Lawrence. So they need to be very disciplined in their shape.
Well, I told you that they've met 9 times before. This is the 10th meeting of New Zealand and England. It's wonderfully balanced. 5 wins to New Zealand, 4 to England in their meetings in a cup final.
That's the middle. Take a step right.
Only once here in London. That was 5 years ago, and England won 22-19 and nearly turned Mike Friday's hair grey. This is Thama, the big playmaker. Did you ever see his father play? Terrific. This is Savea, he's through. It all bounced so kindly for New Zealand. And Julian Savea, who made the first try, scores the second.
Yeah, and again it's putting pressure on the England line out. They match them pod for pod. They put their fly half at the bag with Severe, and England have overthrown. Again, that's just being smart when the pressure comes on. England have got to come up with some answers, and they've got to come up with some answers quickly.
The young man from Wellington, Julian Savea, only his 5th tournament, but what a mark he's made. That was his 5th try of this particular tournament, and there he is. Guy who's taken over from Umanga Marshall. Look at that. It was a kind bounce, but you've got to be there to get it, and he little sidestep put him away. It's 14-0. Remember, 10 minutes each way makes a whole big difference. Still 4 minutes of the first half. They needn't panic just yet. But they've got to do something.
They have. They've got to actually play their game. At the moment, they're being bullied a little bit. You know, tapping back like that to Kevin Barrett is not what you want as a 9. You need your big forwards to secure the ball at kick-off time.
So it comes to New Zealand again. There's a clever cross kick. Damasi Thama is out wide. It's on the bounce, and it goes into the hands of that man again. What a mark he's putting on this final. Julian Savea, his 2nd try, and look at the cheermongers on the bench. They are in 7th heaven at the moment.
Yeah, it comes from the kick-off. You know, we had a golden rule. If you ever put the ball up high, you want your big forwards to catch it. You don't want to slap it back to your 9, because that allows 7 Kiwi boys to run through on and put immense pressure. It's exactly what happened there. And it's a 4-on-2, little cross kick. And then there you go. Severe get over for the 3rd score.
Great vision again. The cross kick from Thama, and here's the man to try and convert it and make it 21-0 in the space of the first 7 minutes.
You need Ben Gollins, you need Ollie Phillips, the experience to say to these young boys, Rodwell, Cracknell, catch that ball and take it forward. Don't slap it back to the 9 like that. You see, look, the New Zealanders flood through.
It's a nightmare for Barrett.
For a 9, it's a nightmare. Ben Gollins have got to try and clear the problem. Before you know it, you've got 2 of your backs around the contact area. It's a 4-on-2.
Worry time for Ben Ryan there. 2.5 minutes of the first half. Well, if he can score 19 points in 7 minutes, so you can call him back. This is Ollie Phillips. Maisie arcing run. He's got support from Bickham, and he's got to go the whole way. There's no one on his elbow. Biggs trying to get close enough to retain possession, but the referee says.
I think that's the right decision. You know, when we talk about getting your support runners, getting your triangles in place of the contact, great support by Vickerman, but we need to see the flooding through of the other 6. It's no good Vickerman working in isolation. You need the whole squad buying into flood lines after your line break. We used to talk about that a lot. You flood line breaks, you send your runners through and just chase down the line break.
And the calmest guy in the stadium looks to be Gordon Titchens, who must be delighted with how they've stepped up here. Here's the point now. How long is it? It's got to be immediate. Well, there was a New Zealand hand, and you can sometimes sort of confuse a referee, fool a referee, can't you?
You can. I think that the context is, you've got to look at it in the context of the fact there was no other Englishman around. That's the issue.
And he didn't attempt to roll away from it either, get out of the way of it. Got to be quick. Tomasi Sama again on Varzal Lawrence, and they're ruling the roost here at the moment. Some lovely switch plays going on by New Zealand. They set it up again.
Counter ruck's fine, stay there.
England, though, turn it over. Cracknell. They need a score in this last minute to get some hope before half-time. Here's Phillips. Digging it out. You're holding on again, he says to Cracknell. He's on his feet.
Interesting call again. I thought the ruck had formed, therefore it doesn't matter if he's on his feet, it's no hand. It's a tense affair out there, and I think England just need to be a little bit more clinical, a little bit lower in their body positions on the clear out, and they can just take away this New Zealand tackler that's causing them the immense amount of problem that they've got at the moment.
They're just playing the same pattern, aren't they, here, New Zealand? They've got their tactics so well worked out. In goes Cracknell, now look.
Be very careful
Who's
about
there?
the 5 here.
Ruck formed, hands off.
Yes.
It's a tight call. It's a tight call.
But it's more than 2. End of story, I suppose. 19-0, 14 seconds, last play of the first half. A perfect first half by New Zealand, but England can get something here. They need something with this last move if they can. Ollie Phillips, the inspiration so often this season. Well taken by Vickerman. I don't think he was expecting it. Good drive. He needed to offload to Rodwell if he could. Barrett does to Gollings. The magic from Gollings we've seen so often. Biggs on the outside. He's got Savea to beat, and Savea takes him down well. It's forward to kick through. It was a knock-on, and England will get no advantage from that because the hoot had already sounded for the first 10. And for England, well, it's a proverbial mountain to climb here. New Zealand have been imperious. They've dominated. They've had the edge over England from the very start.
Yeah, they have, but I mean, I think England need to understand at half-time, they've got another 10 minutes, that's another game. Therefore, they're 19-0 down, but there's plenty enough time here to get back in the game. As long as they don't chase it, they need to be very accurate with what they do, and they need to be precise, but they need to change a few things at half-time in order to give themselves the opportunity.
Well, they could take a lesson from Scotland against Portugal, 21-0 down, 122-21. Here's Ben Ryan then. And problems, disappointed England support. 19-0 down. Could say just more of the same with them.
Yeah, I think Gordon will be very happy with the fact that they are working hard in the contact area. That's what they'll talk about. They'll also talk about being physical in the wide-out spaces. They'll talk about trying to isolate the England wide-out attackers, trying to affect turnover. That hopefully will try and frustrate the England players. So
a lot of emphasis on bonding in the New Zealand camp. And, they put the disappointment this season behind them. Not least losing to Wales in the Cup quarter-final of the World Championship Sevens. the IRB held in Dubai. Ollie Phillips, he may well scratch his head. Problems to be solved. But they have the ability. We've seen the way they beat New Zealand in Wellington in that cup final, 1917, an epic encounter. They have the ability to beat New Zealand, but 19-0 down, that's another story. Here's Gollings. Now it's Phillips. Biggs there wide. Got a spread. Rodwell here. Cracknell outside. Rodwell needs someone close by. They can't go into contact and hold on. We've seen that. Patterson very strict on it. This time England's penalty. Came in on the side against Souness. Gollings. Urgency is a quick try. Then you put the uncertainty in the minds of the New Zealanders. Vickerman. Good offload. Biggs to the corner. He's got to beat Tharma. Tharma, great sweeper. And New Zealand now, real danger on the counter from their own 22. England surround, swamp. But enough power is there for New Zealand to retain it. That's Chad Tuoro, via Zar Lawrence. Then Julien Savea. Didn't mean it to go into touch, but England will want every scrap of possession now.
They've got to maintain possession, Nigel. They've got to maintain possession. Biggs throwing the ball away when he's going around the outside is not going to help England's cause here. They get half a break down the outside. If he's not going to get there, he's got to slam the brakes on and come back and find support. He can't keep going down a dead end, getting turned over by Tamasakama.
I think Biggs' half chance. Look at the smother tackle there by Tharma. New Zealand, though, looking for their 36th cup title. This is their 52nd final. They have been the masters. 8 out of the last 9 seasons, overall champions. They won't be that hit this time, but they want to win a 4th win here at Twickenham. Biggs looks at the options. Rodwell to the right. Tries to put it out the back door. Not the best pass. And England, the pressure you sense is really telling on them. Barrett just not getting any decent lineup at the moment. Finally, something by way of organisation. Mickey Young. But look at the pressure, the big hits. That time Zar Lawrence.
They're having to throw so many into the contact situation, which is meaning they can't get any width on the pitch. That's their issue, and it's playing into the hands of New Zealand.
And there's the flyer out wide for this one. Gollings hopeful that Vickerman might have got away, but no. And New Zealand bring the time down to 7.5 minutes to play.
And I think this is the change that Ben should have probably made a little bit earlier, but he's made it now. Uche Aduzu, a different type of winger, an out-and-out pace man who's got real power, can hold the ball up out wide and be strong on his feet, give England a target if need be to stretch this New Zealand defence.
And the body to break a tackle.
Yeah. Interestingly, they've moved Ben Gollings to the centre. They brought Mickey Young's on at 10. Just maybe to give Ben a little bit more time and space to operate and use Mickey Young's energy.
Barrett to Young. Crisis time here. Gollings trying to set up Uchi. He cuts back inside. Now he can go. He'll get there surely. He's got Zar Lawrence chasing, but he won't get near. That's one back. England had to score, and they still have a whole equivalent full half of any round other than this final. So 7 minutes plus still to play. One back.
And they have a man who can kick conversions from anywhere. Ben Gollings needs to step up now.
They need everyone to go through. This is the first attempt from the man who's only, what, 6 points short of 2,000 points. He's kicked so many decisive kicks at goal, and there, look at that, absolute ace. 4 points short of 2,000.
There's the blueprint for England. Uche Aduzu's pace and power to stay on his feet. Ben Gollings slightly more space to operate. Let's take these New Zealanders on, and if need be, we'll create the contact out wide and then shift it the other side of the park.
Uche Aduzu made his debut for Worcester Club at the age of 17. Recently back from Suntory in Japan, his club out there. But he could be the man for the moment. Here goes Barrett, here goes Gollings. He's got Uche outside him. He'll try and set him up again, maybe on the loop. Uche, will he tear through the man? That's a big smother tackle again. Good work by Lawrence, who had him marked. But it gives England a bit of space out wide because New Zealand had to commit. Mickey Young sends wide. Not a good pass.
Again, they did everything right. They went out wide, Uche stretched them. They maintained possession. They're looking for these big miss passes rather than playing the ball into the space and being very direct and hitting on at their running lines.
England not done yet. They've got 6 minutes. They're second in the overall table, still wanting to challenge. Well, they were at the start this weekend, and they will be certainly at the end of this challenging still South Africa with a minuscule chance of the overall title. But this would help if they can turn it round. 12 points, not invincible are New Zealand. We know that all through this season. Lost to England last time out in the plate in Adelaide. 21-14, England wants something here. Kevin Barrett, Mickey Young. Then up the middle, Big Cracknell. Product of Shiplake College, close by me in Henley. Break on by Mickey Young. Young can go. He's got the man wide, not a good pass again, but Uche into the corner. He's got Savea to beat. He's got another man to beat covering. It's Sama. England are there. Mickey Young must score. There's another one back. That's 2 back by England against the odds, and they had to battle for it. 3 had to go. Young took it in the end. Great support, and they're back in the contest. 19 points to 12. This could be one of the great turnarounds of all time.
This is quality play by young England players learning how to try and win a game. Passer on the pitch. They've recognised what the issues are with New Zealand. They've made the changes, and now they're going out and implementing. Ben Gollins, can you step up one more time for your team?
The man, the Cornishman, who started out in Launceston, has done it so often for England since first appeared in Paris 10 years ago. The 28-year-old, now playing his rugby out of Australia. Has he got a bit of weight on it? Not quite, but they're still within 7 points, remember. That'll be their first target, get level, then try and force extra time. Here was the build-up. Drama here.
Uche Aduze, all he wants is a one-on-one. He's big, he's strong, he just maintains the ball, makes sure that it doesn't die. And again, great backing up and support from the England boys.
Good offloads, weren't they? Uche did well here. Watch now, in he goes. There's the big tackle, but he still had the presence to get the ball to Barrett. Barrett quick, and the momentum of Mickey Young, the 20-year-old from Newcastle, kept England's hopes alive.
Big restart, big restart.
4 minutes and 8 seconds. 19-12. Here's Cracknell. England have come back with a vengeance. What? A knock-on?
A little small knock-on there by Mickey Youngs, but again, you see Ben Gollins put it on a sixpence. England win the kick-off. Now they need to turn the pressure on.
We talk about skills under pressure. That was a classic restart kick. But there's the little error from the young man.
There's the young man, young 20-year-old, finding his feet in the highest level here. Pressure environment, like a pressure cooker out there.
He knows a bit about being here. He won the Middlesex Sevens with Newcastle. There he is, number 4, challenging Zar Lawrence. Lawrence can't get away. 3 England players pile in. They want the turnover ball. They've got it because Lawrence held on too long. Now they're in front of the post. Now it's 3.5 minutes to go. It's 7 points the difference. And there's a bit of back chat. 10 metres upfield for England. Zar Lawrence is looking bemused.
No panics here, they just need to maintain possession and keep the pressure.
Mickey Young might have offloaded perhaps, but he's kept possession safe. Ben Gollins, this is Barrett, the switch with Vickerman. Battling to get to that line, still in the hands. Cracknell this time, 5 metres from New Zealand's line. 19-12, 1 score and conversion will put them level. They've still got 3 minutes. Rodwell goes, Rodwell through and under the post. What a comeback, 19-0 to 19-all if the conversion is good. The crowd in Sevens heaven. What a tournament, what a day, what a final.
This is England playing smart rugby in triangles at contact, moving into space, and the holes will open. And that's exactly what they're doing, they're playing pressure rugby.
It's there, it's 19 apiece. And we have 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Looks dead, but I had some belief in them there. And I think the players kept their cool and they changed the tactic and they got the possession that they had missed out on. New Zealand now have the pressure all on them. Remember, if it stays level, there will be sudden death extra time. First team to score. 5 minutes each way until someone scores. So, we haven't reached that yet. We've 2 minutes to go. Has that gone 10? Not this time. New Zealand could opt to play it, but it means a free kick back on the halfway. The tensions, the pressures, the end of 44 ties in this tournament.
Very unlike Bengalins to do that. Very unlike Bengalins.
Absolutely right. Absolutely out of his normal. The man who's won Hong Kong 4 times. 2 minutes and 19 points all. They've scarce had the ball the second half. And here is young Dan Norton. What a moment for this 20-year-old out of Hartbury College, Gloucester youngster. They want another speedster as well. That's what they're looking for. But don't count out New Zealand. Believe me, they've been in this situation before many a time in their 35 cup wins. England, by the way, 12 cup titles. That shows you the dominance of New Zealand. And they know how to battle. Good work there from Save Tokula. Another newcomer back after injury, and here they come again. This time it was Nanai Williams, a great young find from Teachins. Oh, danger again, Zar Lawrence, he's got Chad Tuoro wide. Here's Tuoro against Oduoza. Tuoro's well tackled, but the follow-up is by Lawrence, and the try will be round near the posts. Brilliant comeback, I said, New Zealand never beaten.
Wonderful, wonderful play by the New Zealanders under pressure. Again, they just kept the ball. They believe. What they do so is they fight for one another to stay on their feet, to allow their support runner to get there to clear the contact. Again, smart move, moving to the space. Lawrence supported on the inside when Chad Tuoro went through on the inside shoulder with Chiaduzi to dot down. Had the presence of mind to run down and dot it under the sticks, just to turn the screw a little bit more.
Tim Nanai-Williams, importantly, adds the conversion, which means that England have half a minute or less in which to get something back. Chad Tuoro, I have immense respect for this guy who scored it. He lost his brother earlier this season and fought his way back into the team, put those worries and heartbreaks behind him, and how well he has done here at a crucial moment. That'll be a try of his life. 20 seconds will restart. England will basically have one last shot to try and get a converted try and take it into extra time. The possession, everything here. New Zealand want it to go out. It's a knock-on England advantage. Cracknell into contact. Rodwell to clear out. Vickerman clung to by Chad Tuoro, the big, powerful man from Counties Manukau. Cracknell, still advantage over. Is it over? Yes, it is. Cracknell takes it on. Then Gollings. Now Young. Now Vickerman. Crowd just captivated. Here's young Dan Norton. Norton has got pace round the outside. Can he bring it round? They need the conversion. Dan Norton with the try. Yes, he has. Norton under the post. Surely this will be extra time. Brilliant from the 20-year-old. What an inspired replacement. And that's why he came on. He is lightning.
That was sensational quality rugby and great presence of mind down this short side here. 3 or 4 interfaces of play between Vickerman, Ben Gollings, Cracknell, sucked in the defenders.
Wait. This is to level it and take it into extra time. He has it, Ben Gollings has it, as he notches up 2,000 points personally. As important a conversion as ever. And what a hero of the moment, this youngster coming on, first touch of the ball, streaks his way home, and he has taken it into extra time. What a final to round off this Emirates London Sevens 2009 between 2 of the greatest rivals in the world of rugby.
It's certainly just what we wanted to see. I mean, it's got everything, this final. It's got energy. Hasn't got everything.
Here we go into extra time. Remember, first team to score. Can be a drop goal, can be a penalty, can be a try, whatever. Whatever happens, whoever scores first. Oh my goodness, look at that. Not lacking in confidence, might you say.
That's a lovely expression to see, though. A young man scoring under the sticks.
He still had a bit to do because he had to take it as far around as he could.
In an England shirt, he'll remember that for a long time.
That's a lifetime memory in a few seconds. So 5 minutes. They'll change ends, 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes back if there's no score. Well, bless him. Then Ben Ryan lifting the crowd. He's had a wonderful time since taking over. But he He took over a healthy ship, but I have to say, Mike Friday, there's, well, the poker face of a man who I've had ultimate respect for in sevens. The coach since 1993. So here it is, Ben Gollings. First score, remember, wins the title. Any sort of score. First thing is to get hands on the ball, and New Zealand have done that very effectively. Baker, it's a loose pass, it went forward in the end, little error. Kurt Baker looks bewildered by that. Referee Patterson, Neil Patterson says forward. I think it was. Let's have a look.
What's the charge on your side?
The beauty of the replay here. Now then, that was not absolutely lateral. It was forward. Mickey Young, England first possession of this extra time play. Now Uche Oduoza against Lawrence, cuts back inside. 3 men to hold that mighty power of Uche Oduoza. And England are there in support. They did well to clear it out. My goodness, I thought it might have been turnover ball.
It's the power of Uche Oduoza. He pumps his legs, he gives his boys a target to go for. That's what he did there. We've maintained possession, which is the key. Maintaining possession in the 22 and turn this pressure into points.
Well, whoever scores this is going to make a name for a lifetime. Uche Oduoza, ex-Worcester, Japan's club Centauri, Gollings from Australia, Dan Norton from Gloucester, and here's Uche. No, he had man and ball there, but the key thing is that retention of possession. Gollings, a little chip through, it went a little too far, trying to set up Rob Vickerman.
Interestingly enough there, I think Ben Gollings has got a cheeky idea here. They're going to put pressure on the New Zealand line out. They're going to match them pod for pod. They're going to put the player at the back, and they're going to try and turn this pressure on. Well,
if you've joined us, you're late, but it's 26 all. We're in extra time. 3 minutes of this extra time half to go, and it's the first team to score that wins the Emirates London Sevens title 2009. What a thriller, what a finale. And there's the pressure on New Zealand's line. England mount it. It's knocked forward, says referee. It'll be a scrummage at the least for New Zealand. They try to do something behind their own line, and there's Lawrence.
It was a very, very clever tactic by Ben there. They knew exactly what they were trying to do at the line out. They'll keep the pressure down here. This is very, very hard to play out of as an attacking scrum or attacking line out. Whether they'll go downtown with a big kick, I don't know, but this is where England need to make this pressure pay.
I'll tell you what, whatever the outcome, there'll be 36,313 people who are telling their friends, get to Twickenham next year. It's a day in a lifetime. It's a fantastic spectacle, and it never, ever lets you down. The IRB Sevens World Series. Where are we? 2 minutes to play of this first period of extra time. They'll go on till someone scores. The sun may set, it may be dark, they'll carry on playing. Someone has to score, and this is it! And it's a winning try for Mickey Young and England. A moment to remember forever and a day for Mickey Young, that players engulf him. And it's that little moment, that little bit of forward brilliance by England, and the snap decision by scrum half Mickey Young to take it up and run it in. That's England winning here for the first time in 5 years. New Zealand were 19-0. They were almost out of sight, but they weren't completely out of sight, and England knew it. What a final, what a fantastic contest, and credit to the game and to these two teams out here. Look at the elation.
What a wonderful final, and whilst you feel for the New Zealanders, I can't emphasise how passionate it is to win your home tournament. It's the hardest tournament to win, is your home tournament. The pride to win it on your home soil, in your home stadium. These boys have wanted this, and they've gone out and they've delivered.
31 points to 26, AET after extra time. Well, all credit, the exchanges, the mutual respect of both teams. And there he's done it again, another title for Ben Gollings. What a career, and it's not over yet.
I mean, Ben Gollings...
They are so, respectful of each other, aren't they? It's all part of it, the courtesies, the smile even from the disappointing day for DJ Forbes, who couldn't make the final. Uche set ball rolling for England's comeback.
Yeah, their change of tactics worked a treat, using Uchi on the out wide. But again, for me, Ben Gollins, just some smart play. One was wondering why he put the chip kick through into the corner. It was all about putting pressure at the line out of the scrum time. That's thinking smartly under pressure. He did that. They exerted the pressure. They got their rewards, and Mickey Young dots down for the winning score. Wonderful, wonderful work.
Intelligent rugby from England. Brilliant New Zealand first half. They must. It's always a danger, of course. Almost final words. There's a man who will say to these guys, "Okay, next week, Murrayfield." But what a spectacular sport this is. It's a sensational entertainment, and I hope you've all enjoyed this as much as we have, and that you'll be with us next week in Murrayfield. Look at England. They rise to a crowd who supported them every inch. I bet amongst them there were so many who thought, no, there's no way back, there's no way back. They knew it wasn't all over. Ollie Phillips, Ben Ryan, they all stood up when they were needed. Ben Gollings, the experience. Well, if he's got a word left, if he can catch his breath, there's a man down below who must be the proudest man in the whole of England at the moment. He's a young man who has done England proud as coach of the winning team here in London. There's Ben Ryan. Well done, lad.
Ben Ryan, it doesn't look like you can wipe the smile quite off your face. How are you feeling at this very moment?
You know, I was a fan there for the last 5 minutes, just watching, seeing what happened. We have been there before, 19-0 down, but then to go 26-19, and Dan Norton, I mean, what an awesome burst. He hadn't played all day, and it was one of those situations where we thought we've got to give it a crack, and his gas just took him through, and we were really patient in that final. You know, brilliant, really pleased.
At 19-0 down, was there ever any question, any doubt in the ability of your boys to come back? Because
yeah, of course there was, you know. New Zealand are quality, and we didn't underestimate them. They're a great side. This boys, you know, they're desperate to play well and show the English public that we're a really good side, and we want to enjoy ourselves. We've you know, South Africa's title, it's theirs probably now, but at least we've taken it to the last week now, and I'm proud of them.
And so you should be proud of this young man beside you as well. Mickey. Mickey Young, the winning try scorer. Can you tell us exactly how you're feeling right now?
Over the moon. I can't explain what it's like. I mean, home crowd, everyone's here, family's here. It's just fantastic to win such an event like this.
Did you ever think that you'd be in a situation just like this at packed Twickenham? The sun is shining, the fans are out. You've just scored an extra time winner for your country.
Well, Ben was saying all week the crowd's going to be there. There's going to be loads of crowd. They've all turned up in numbers, which is awesome. To be honest, as a team, we thought we had every intention of winning. We backed ourselves. We played as well as we could. Obviously, we struggled in the first half, but showed our true character came out in the second half, and massive performance by all the boys, and came away with the spoils.
Absolutely. I think you should go and join the boys. You deserve it. Well done.
I tell you what, those 8 yards of Mickey Young scoring that try, they'll be about 88 by 10 o'clock tonight. What a finale. And, you know, no from me, because I respect New Zealand as much as I respect England. But it really was two teams who made an epic final. And I suppose when you look back, you think, weren't England lucky that the final's 10 minutes each way?
Well, that's, you play for as long as you have to, and if it's a 10-minute final, that's half the mental battle about playing sevens. Is you play 5 games of 7 minutes, that takes the energy out of you. Then it's about having the mental resolve to come out and play for 10 minutes each way. New Zealand have got that mental resolve. They've always had it. These young England boys are learning it. They went out there and they did it, and they played for more than 10 minutes each way because they had to do it in extra time. And credit to all of them. Absolutely first-class performance from England. Absolutely first-class final.
Well, thanks, Mike Friday, and here's a man who will be bitterly upset, but especially because he couldn't even take part in it in the end. He's got that. He's had that knee trouble all season. The runner-up captain is DJ Forbes, the 26-year-old who's had injury troubles this season. There's Lawrence behind, and well, it's been a wonderful performance, and England will be delighted for lots of reasons. The 10th time they've met New Zealand in the final. They've levelled it off at 5 wins apiece. There's Ollie Phillips. Well, you knew him from the start when he came on the England scene with the Sevens 5 years ago. How he has matured as a player and as an inspirational leader who reads the game so well.
He has. I mean, when he first appeared on the scene, you know, he was a guy who played up front and played on the wing for us, and he had a very good pace, as we know, but he was only interested in the space in front of him. What he's developed in the last 3 or 4 years is that appreciation of space, not only in his channel but around him. And as we've seen today, he makes space for other people, and then when it's right for him, he attacks it. He's such an energy off the pitch as well, and that has transferred into the rest of these young players. And he's captained his team remarkably well this whole season, and today and yesterday he led from the front.
Well, look at the applause from the crowd. It has been a dream come true for England, a dream come true for Ben Ryan. To win your home tournament is so extra special. For Ben Gollings, well, he'll forget about the 2,000 points he scored. He'll think about the vital conversions he kicked that eventually allowed England to take it to extra time. Uche will remember his try, the start of the big comeback. Here's Ron Vickerman here from Leeds Carnegie, who has, like James Rodwell, Greg Barden there. Let's mention them all. Neil Starling, who played the backup part as well, and Dan Norton coming on. Well, for a youngster like that to come on, first touch, score a try that really made England take New Zealand to extra time. So the presentation from the chairman of the IRB, Bernard Lapasse, accompanied by the president of the IFU, Brian Williams. There is the celebration moment. England have kept as well their overall title hopes alive. Very, very slim, because South Africa got 12 points here as a semi-finalist. But it means there is no certainty now until next week in Murrayfield. There are England, Cup winners of the Emirates Airline London Sevens 2009, their second title this season. New Zealand will have to go to Murrayfield still in search of a title this year. The country who have won 8 of the 9 overall titles. But whose will it be this year? Oh my goodness.
That's the first thing he's dropped all day, I think.
That's and it went forward, knock on as well. Never mind Ollie Phillips, the 25-year-old captain, the man who led England to the title in Wellington this year. Another epic, you may have seen it, when England won against New Zealand 1917. Here, well, it went all the way to extra time, 31-26. Sport doesn't get better than this. Twickenham, well, we picked up a crowd half as big again as ever before. And believe me, if you were here today, you would come and you'd bring all your mates next year and fill Twickenham to capacity, which is what it should be. But for those of you all around the world, I hope you've enjoyed every moment, because it's been a privilege for us to be here. And there is a man who's trying to stay calm. Tom Biggs there, who did his part. James Rodwell on the left, Kevin Barrett, a lot of them. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a night of celebration. Ben Gollings can spare a smile as well as they get the photograph that will remember a moment of history.